Okay, David, a 2-2 draw and we go out 4-3 on penalties today. How do you feel?
Really disappointed. Honestly, think the game should have been over at half time. We should have been 5-0. So we come in at 2-1 with a bit of a defensive lapse for the corner for their one. And to be fair, second half they came and they moved the ball around really quickly. I thought they showed the quality in the second half, and we had to defend with our lives, and we did. But I still think if we take the chances, big one-on-ones in the first half, we win that game.
You look at the sort of a makeshift squad today without probably three of our most creative players in Keogh on the bench, Bannister and Fawn's not playing today. And then you look at the team that you play against with players with League Two experience last season.
Yeah.
Are you proud as well as disappointed?
Yeah, we've got to take lots of positives from it. I've said that to the players. There are so many positives to take from tonight. The way that we went about our business in the first half, the energy we showed, the way we closed the ball, the chances we created, the quality that we moved the ball with. And in the second half, when we had to defend, we put bodies on the line, and you've got to take a lot of pride from that, and you've got to take a lot of positives from that. But we've got to take that into our league games. The difference is in those big moments, those one-on-ones, those big chances, we've got to be clinical. And I was saying to Nicky then, they've probably got over 1,000 Football League appearances on the pitch against Sam Twist, who's played 10 minutes of football for us this season. Uma Kamara, who steps up a division this summer. Bailey Marsden, who's played academy football before he came to us. There's a bit of a gulf in terms of experience, but you wouldn't have thought that when you saw them on the pitch. And it says a lot about where we are, and I think they'll do very well in the league above. So we've got to take the positives. We've got to take what we did today and apply that into the league games, and I think will give us a very good chance of being there or thereabouts.
First goal today scored by Umar Kamara. Is that one of the best goals we've scored under you?
I thought the ball from JB inside the fullback was superb. It's sort of a little reverse pass, but the weight of pass going down the hill with it zipping was unreal. And then Jack Grundy's the way he'd made the run and timed the run, and the quality of the cross, he just stood it up in between the posts. And all I said to Umar time and time again is get the ball with your back to goal, pop it off, get yourself in the box between the sticks, and he just did it really well. And that's 3-3 from Umar. He's starting to find his feet at this level now. He's starting to look like a proper Northern Premier League number 9, and that's really encouraging for us.
You mentioned before Sam Twist only played 10 minutes, came on at the end against Widnes. Really good first half. More to come from him, do you think?
Yeah, definitely. He's played 10 minutes against Widnes. He started the first game for us today, and he just ran out of steam. The only reason we took him off was because of that. He was starting to cramp up. You can expect that. It's quite a heavy pitch. It's very wet. He's going uphill, and we've asked him to do a lot of work in terms of closing down the back three. But I thought his movement was very good. I thought he pulled off the centre halves a lot into really good spaces. I thought his link-up play was good. I thought his out of possession was good. He should have scored. He knows he should have scored. But his movement to get himself in there, and his first touch were all excellent. And probably if he scuffs it, he scores. He caught it so well, it just hit the keeper. But that's again promising. We've looked at what we do with Louis gone. I think Umar stepped up, and I think we're starting to see signs from Sam. We just need him to get football now, and whether that's appearances with us or whether we dual reg him for a month to get him sharpened up. But definitely, once we've got some football into his legs, I think he'll be a really good player for us.
And Bailey Marsden played behind the front two today. Do you see that as a position for him, or do you see him long term as a central midfielder?
I think Bailey can play anywhere in midfield. He's that good. He can do it all. He's a bit of a throwback to the kind of old school box to box midfielders. He receives the ball well. He carries the ball well. He passes well. He's combative. He can close things down. He tackles. He hasn't really got a particular weakness in his game for a central midfielder. His times his runs exceptionally well to arrive late, which is why we played him as a 10. And he had 2 absolute gilt-edged chances. And I've seen him score those so many times in training. So I was expecting the net to bulge. He's disappointed with it, but he's got to keep getting in there. I think that's the one thing that he needs to do as a central midfielder, just add some more goals to his game. And then I think we've got an unbelievable talent on our hands. At 20 years old, I think he's got a long, bright future in the game.
And another word again today for second half performance, Tom Watson. Some ridiculous saves towards the back end of that second half.
Unreal. I think the sharpness he showed, the speed off the line a couple of times, really good, and close things down and just give the forwards nothing to it. And there was one save where he'd come across his goal to his right hand side. It was pulled back across and absolutely smashed goalwards. And the fact that he covered the ground, threw himself strong to block it away, was as good a save as you'll see at any level of football. I think the one from outside the box where he goes diving to his left looks more spectacular, but the one, the footwork and the skill that he showed to get back across his goal to make the one on the line was exceptional. He's just got better and better, and that's sometimes what you need with a young keeper. And I spoke to his coaches at Wigan, and we talked about his strengths, his development areas, and I ummed and ahed a little bit about what to do with Dale being away. But I could see something in him. They can see something in him, and by backing him and just letting him play, he's just getting better. He's matured into it. He's blossomed into it, and hopefully he's picked up a little bit of a groin tonight. I think he'll be okay, but hopefully he's ready for weekend, because I think he's really shown that he belongs at least at this level as an 18-year-old.
And we move on to the weekend. Clitheroe at home. How are you feeling about that one?
It's a really big game. I mean, it's cliche, but it's the bread and butter. We want to be in the playoffs this year. We've said it repeatedly. I think we've got a chance. I think we've shown in our early season form that when we're performing well and when we're doing things right and we're playing to our strengths, we can compete with anybody. We should take a lot of positives from today, but Clitheroe are a good side. They'll move the ball well. They've got a real threat in Sefton, so we're going to have to be on it again. And we should have a couple of players back, so we should relieve a little bit of the pressure in terms of numbers and squad. But what it does do is give me a bit of a selection dilemma, because the lads who've stepped up tonight have really done their chances no harm whatsoever. They've been excellent, so it's good. We've got real competition. I'm positive. I'm hoping the players take the positives from tonight. We'll make sure we pick them up on Thursday, and we'll prepare properly and give it another really good go.
Thanks, David.
Cheers, Nathan.